Hello and welcome back here in the Brickworld studio, and welcome back to a new update here from my little Cyberpunk City side project here on the channel. As you might know, we did already 2 updates, and today it's the next update. The next part is going to be introduced, and I found some interesting minifigures in my boxes, as you can see here. Also found some interesting parts like these printed parts here, very interesting part, but also that column parts here are very interesting because I really like the structure on that side here. So I want to integrate it into my newest part here. As you might know, we are going to add another one of these 16 by 16 kind of Technic frames, mainly introduced by LEGO for the picture system. I was not sure if I want to add it in the front or on the back side, but in today's update we're going to add a new part here in the front because that's the more important, more interesting part. So stay tuned for today's update. I already started working a little bit here on that new part here, as you can see here, and also I made the decision that I do not want to have every of these 16 by 16 plates stand alone. I now integrated all of these into one bigger part, and also the next one is going to be integrated here, so we have 32 by 32 parts. It's, I think, a better decision because these little parts tend to be very unstable when they are getting very high. So I think 33 by 33 parts are the better solution to make it a big part. But also that really means still that we are going to add only 16 by 16 plates because I think it's a very nice decision to have ongoing updates, very interesting parts. So yeah. As you can see, I also introduced that little kind of cable structure here. I put it in here, put it out again, and that makes it possible for me to have a very short sign of that, but also can use that longer part. And also you can see I have added some parts here, so we can add the kind of higher level here. And yeah, that's a place where I'm going to build a new kind of, building here on the right side, but I really want to make it not too narrow here because I really want that still be able to look into that building we did last time. So I have to check out how I want to do that, how I can integrate it with a big enough viewpoint here from the front side. It's a little bit testing out, a little bit of stuff moving around and testing how it could look at the end. But that's also something I really have to learn when doing something new, because the cyberpunk style here is something new. I mainly do medieval stuff and of course the normal city stuff of our days, but that future stuff here, that high tech, low life solution here of a cyberpunk city is something I really want to add. The design you have all in your mind when you hear about cyberpunk, and I really think we are on a good track to do that. So after testing and moving around a lot of stuff, I found I think a good solution to add it to here. I really like the overall look. As you can see here, I integrated these columns I have shown to you at the beginning of the video. Also add another light here. As always, I'm using the system from Light My Bricks. Also some printed parts here on the top. These are from Tricks Bricks, and I think it adds some very nice detailing here. And that's something I think it's very important to have a lot of details on the floor, on all of the facades. And as you can see here, that's the model for the next time. So we have that little corner here missing, but it's something we're going to add, as I said before, in the next update. So we have a base of 32 by 32 studs after the next update. And also I wanted to integrate some interesting kind of step structure here. As you can see, we have not these hard corners here on the front side, so I have a relatively big viewpoint to look into that little kind of, it's just a little part here going inside these buildings, and you can look inside. I also can see I had the need to add the next connection here from Light My Bricks, because we have so many lights already installed here, so we need more of these connection parts. And that's something I also have to think about in one of the next updates, how we're going to make it possible to have more of these lights without adding more boxes for electricity. Maybe I'm also using the system I'm going to use in a lot of my city stuff, where I just use these connection ports also on a horizontal way. But that's it, maybe almost for today. I added more lights here. We have this red light here in the front area, and I think it makes another nice addition. And as you can see here, I have these parts here with these crosses, and on the back side I just added another wall with a lot of yeah, kind of little structures inside here. So we have a very nice kind of 3-dimensional wall here. All these printed parts I've shown to you at the beginning. And on top of here, I have added a structure here. That's the pipe running on top here. I just cut it off because it was a little bit too high. Then I added that little interesting structure here just to have a kind of pipe going up here and some whatever structure on top of it. And I also added another new minifigure here. That's a kind of cyborg, whatever minifigure here standing on top of here. That's also going to be the next level here on our buildings here. It's almost the same height as last time. And in the next update, we're going to add the next 16 by 16 plate here, building up. And I think we're also going to work on the upper floor then in the next update, because that little corner is not enough for one update. So we can work a little bit more on the top of everything here. But overall, I have to say, I really like the look here. I did until now. I like that I really had the ability and the solution I found to get a kind of cyberpunk look here. And of course, that's the more low life area here. That's not the area where the high society is living. So that's something we might do in one of the distant updates, because more of over that, that's just a side alley here. That means there's more the lower life area here, if you want to call it like that. So there's a lot of crime and stuff like that. And maybe we are going to make a corner sometimes in the future to a main street, and there's going to be more neon light, more kind of normal life, if you want to call it like that. But that's something I'm not adding here, because I really wanted to start in that more dark area here. Also with the sandbags here on the front. That's, by the way, not an official Lego part. That's a part from another company. And when we are going around here, you can see that's the area we're going to work in the next update. That's also means you just have that little corner area here from the front area. So that's the main purpose I want to work also on top of here. So I have no idea right now what we're going to add here on the top area, but buildings normally in a cyberpunk world tend to be very, very high. And that's something I also want to integrate here. So I think that's a good solution to use the next update to build up a little bit here on all of the 4 modules. And as always, if you want to see more here of my Cyberpunk City or other projects like the medieval castle or the modern day city project Brickgate, just subscribe. And as always, if you want to do so, write in the comment whatever you have in your mind. I really try to read and answer every comment. And I really hope you like these little side projects here on my channel, like I do. And by the way, I'm also thinking about adding some kind of screens to that project here. So we have some ads running here, like it is in a typical cyberpunk dystopia future world you might know from example like games like Cyberpunk 2077. And yeah, that's something I really want to integrate in one of the future updates. But I think we did a quite good job already with the first 3 updates here, the first 3 modules here. And I think when I'm going to add the next module next time, we're going to have some very nice work on the next level. I think it's going to add another kind of level, another kind of very interesting ideas and structures to that Cyberpunk City here. And yeah, adding more minifigures, it's quite nice because I have now the ability to add a lot of minifigures I was not able to add to my medieval worlds or to my modern day worlds. But in these cyberpunk worlds also gives me the ability to add a lot of minifigures, a lot of storytelling, a lot of maybe printed parts I do not able to add to another project here. And I really like how it looks overall. Maybe next time I'm going to do a little shot here with a dark room. So stay tuned for future updates, and bye.